If you're like me, you got hooked on Arc Raiders from the very first trip out of Speranza. But let's be real, starting out in this game can feel a bit like thrown into a blender with a bunch of killer robots and trigger-happy players. Today, I'm dropping 11 game-changing tips I wish I'd known when I first hit the surface. These are going to make you a lean, mean looting machine. Stick around, and let's get you extracting with bags full of loot instead of that dreaded knuckle sandwich. Now, first up is tip number 1, and that is shields aren't pure health. Unlike other games, shields don't act as a boost to your hit point pool. Not directly. That shiny little blue bar you think, I'm invisible. Nope. Shields absorb damage, but you're still losing health at the same time. A single bullet can still down you if you're low health, even with a full shield. Now, higher level shields, going from the green to the blue to the purple to the gold, they mitigate more damage, but they also slow you down more. But even with a high level shield, you should still prioritize health over shields, especially in tense situations. Don't be like me and wake up in Speranza because I thought I could tank a shot from someone's anvil after a quick shield recharge without first patching up my health. Now for tip number 2, you can craft and salvage while in raid. You don't have to wait to get back to Speranza to craft or salvage. You can break down junk for parts or whip up a quick bandage or grenade while you're topside. Got some scrap clogging up your inventory? Salvage on the spot for materials. Nothing feels better than turning useless junk into something you want to keep. And this mini game loop that's inside opens up so many opportunities you'd be crazy to ignore it. The crafting is straightforward enough because of how important it can be, especially on free loadouts, which we'll discuss those in a sec. But the salvaging is a big one too. It allows you to take items you don't need and turn them into ones you do before you even get out of raid. And with stacking systems and everything else, you can really min-max the loot you get out with. Just keep in mind that how much you get by salvaging while you're in raid is half of what you get while you're back in Speranza. So sometimes it's better to take those items out and salvage them later than it is while you're in raid. Now, if you're already learning with these tips, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe so YouTube knows you want to see more of this Arc Raiders content. And don't forget to share it with your friends so they aren't acting like a ball and chain for you when you're venturing topside. Back to the tips, the next big one is free loadouts, and a lot of people overlook this. It doesn't matter if you're just scared to lose your shiny gear or if you've already lost all your gear and you have nothing left, the free loadouts are your best friend. After you level up a little bit, you can roll into a match with a random loadout and take no risk to your precious stash. The catch? You pretty much get random low-end gear, there's no safe pocket, and there's no augment, so you're very limited on how much you can take out a raid. But it's perfect for newbies who want to still learn game mechanics or maps but don't really want to risk gear, or when you're feeling like a cheapskate and don't want to lose their best pharaoh to a sneaky raider. On the other side, it also adds another bit of fun to the game because you're more scavenging and you're looking for everything you need versus being able to take it in. So it turns the game more into a survival game than when you go in loaded to the nines and filled to the gills with all the stuff you need. Now, tip number 4 might seem little, but it's a really important one, and that's raider hatches. These hatches are an alternate extract that require a special key to open. It's just one key, and that one key will open all of them on a map, but you either have to get really lucky and find one while you're in raid, or you have to buy it from the traders before you leave for a pretty hefty price. But that price is often worth it, especially when you're solo, because it could be the difference between you getting out with all of that hard-earned loot you found or handing it to somebody like Stankrat who's just waiting to steal it from you at the extract. Now, another tip with this is you can use or steal other players' hatches once they've been opened. Now, they don't stay open for long, but if you can get to it after a player opens it, you can sneak in before the door closes. Now, whether you do that after the player gets down it or you kill them, that's entirely up to you. Now, tip number 5 builds on this, and it's you can still extract while you're downed. Let's say you are at the extract and a bot downs you or another player and they don't kill you. You can still extract even if you're crawling around like you're RPing at a furry convention. If you're down and not out, drag yourself to the interaction points, whether it's the button to call it or the panel that actually sends the extract down or the train away or whatever it might be. You will extract. And there's no penalty, there's no nothing else. You get out alive. Now, if you're in a squad, this also applies to your buddies. Don't worry about picking them back up, just extract and get everybody out. And this also applies to the raider hatches as well. Just because you're down, you're not always out. Now, tip number 6 is going to help you a lot with looting, especially when you're looking for specific stuff, because the map locations describe what types of loot are available. The map essentially acts like your cheat sheet. Each location, like the dam or buried city, tells you what kind of loot you're likely to find, but also the sub areas describe that specific category you can find there. So if you're in a desperate need of batteries for shield rechargers, hit tech heavy spots. Want rare tech? Check out the abundant loot zones. It's like the game's whispering, yo, loot's over here. You still got to fight through those wasps and other arcs to get to it. Tip number 7 is the safe pocket. Different term for a very common thing in a lot of games. Your safe pocket is essentially your get out of free jail card. It's a set of slots where you can stash any high value item that you'll keep even if you get clapped. Found a rare core, a key, or some item you really need, shove it in those safe pockets. Now, you'll hear this referred to from other more veteran extraction shooter players as your butt or prison wallet, and that's just a term that comes from pretty much Escape from Tarkov or other games that operate like that. And over the years, I've said I'm sticking that in my butt so many times, the wife doesn't even bat an eye anymore. Now, tip number 8 is upgrading weapons. Don't sleep on weapon upgrades. And I'm not talking about attachments. Yes, you can kit out your guns with better attachments, but the one thing that a lot of people overlook is how much upgrading a weapon can impact its performance. And it often doesn't cost very much to do so. You think the Rattler sucks because you can't put a mag in it and it's always run out of ammo? You're not really wrong, but just wait till you get a level 3 or 4 one with way bigger mags. They go from being bottom tier junk guns to a close quarters menace. And while upgrades don't impact damage directly, they do different things to different guns. Upgrades make the single shot ferrule reload a lot faster. It makes some guns more accurate, and others it gives bigger mags like the Rattler. Now, building on that is tip number 9 is crafting is king and money is secondary. Forget hoarding cash in this. You can do it, but there's no reason to really be Scrooge McDuck. Not only is it hard to come by, it's not as efficient to use as crafting is. Crafting is where it's at. Use your loot to craft weapons, gadgets, gear, everything you need at your workbenches. Buying stuff with money from the traders is convenient, but you burn through it very quickly. And you can craft the same stuff that you get from the traders for way less comparable to costs and parts. Crafting turns your scraps into game changers. I spent my first few matches chasing coins unnecessarily, only to realize everything I needed I could have crafted. You know how funny it was to realize I could craft a lure grenade and yeet arc at my enemies? Live and learn. I started to route out this list. Tip number 10 is metal parts, metal parts, metal parts. If Arc Raiders has a holy grail, it'd be metal parts. These bad boys are the backbone of crafting everything from weapons to shields, and most importantly, ammo. After a few hours, I was devoting entire runs to nothing but metal scraps because of how fast I was burning through them. So to prevent that, try to pull out a full stack or 2 every match you're in. Lots of stuff in raids breaks down into metal parts, and you can easily stay ahead of the burn rate with consistently extracting with them. Now, tip number 11, Scrappy can be upgraded. If your little buddy Scrappy isn't just a cute cock, you can upgrade him to do more than just crow. Upgrading him boosts the loot he brings back, not just in quantity, but also quality as well. It does take some unusual items to upgrade him though, so make sure you're looking out for those specifically when you get to him and your top side. And there you have it, Raiders. 11 tips to keep you alive, looted, and fully enjoying Arc Raiders. Now, if you want more tips and tricks and epic moments, smash that subscribe button and follow me on X at Airwingmarine1. We'll do updates and other stuff over there. I also stream on Twitch and YouTube, so you can always come by and ask me questions directly if you might have them. I love helping players out. Don't forget to drop a comment down below with your favorite tip or your most epic fail in Arc Raiders. I want to hear those stories. But with that, we'll wrap her up. Stay sharp, stay sneaky, and I'll see you in Speranza.